Here I am sitting in the west wing of Emerald City Guitars. Kind of just thinking about when I opened the shop up like 15 years ago, which is now 3 rooms of fun and guitar and amp pleasure. It was just the middle room. And it was just me and a lot of guys hanging out on the street. So we've come a long ways in 15 years and still having a lot of fun. And, you know, when I first opened the shop, there were no huge high expectations of doing anything other than having a cool place to come to work and make a living. We have a lot of great ideas for the future, and hopefully, God willing, we'll be here for a good long time. Yeah, so we're going to run some shots of the store today, just to kind of give you an overview of what we do and just kind of get the vibe of our store. Looking at just some amazing guitars. I'm looking across the room there at 5 vintage Sunburst Stratocasters from 1955 up to 1972, and behind me here is our glass showcase, which features 3 utterly amazing Les Pauls from 1952 to 1960. Brad Bagley, the Northwest finest amp tech, amp builder, and all-around good guy. Former customer, well, not former customer, still a customer, definitely. But I first met Randy come into our shop here and do business, and he just kind of come in and check things out. Somewhere down the line, he said, I fix amps, and now Slaughterhouse is another success story. He's over at Port Orford. Yeah. He's the guy we turn to. Yeah.
I walked into the acoustic room one day. I left it alone for 1 minute. I walk in there, and there's this guy in there, and he's popping open a beer. And he's like, has an acoustic guitar in his lap. He's popping open a beer that he just bought. And I'm going, dude, you can't drink beer. And he's like, I can't? And then you get John Mayer walking through the door.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and it's like, you're just, then your whole world, as far as it personally, it's flipped upside down, you know. You got like Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins. You got like, the Psychedelic Furs, you got Santana, you've got like Dave Grohl, Seattle legend, like just walking in the door, you know, and it's you know, you want to keep it cool and pretend like you're Mr. like know-it-all, but these dudes are the real deal. So it's cool for us too as well, because like I said, it's just everything. Everybody that's been down here probably has seen a little bit of what truly does go on, you know, just a little bit of like the beautiful chaos that's like going on. I don't know, it's cool down here because we're exposed to such a huge group of people, man, that we know how to spread the love. Seriously, we really do. And like being a musician with that skill is like invaluable. If you ever meet us, that's why we probably are telling you to come down here and hang out with us, because it's so freaky cool down here.
I've been here 10 years, and I really like what I do, so it's never really a chore. I mean, I was the kind of kid that would take apart radios, and I got Christmas presents, and I would take them apart, see how they work. So when I got interested in guitars, that's the same thing I did with guitars. It's the first thing I wanted to do when I got an electric guitar was take it apart, see how it worked, what was inside it, you know, how did it work? I mean, why does this thing pick up the sound and take it to the amplifier? How does it work? My favorite part about it is probably like what I call the archaeology aspect of it. I do a lot of taking apart vintage guitars to see what is original, what has been modified, if anything. From tip to tip, every little thing about a vintage guitar has to be authenticated when we sell them. So I am the one that takes them all apart, catalogs what's been modified, if anything, and it's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun because you have to know about all the different brands, all the different things to look for, what parts a company would use from in certain eras, and that all changed over time, and it's just, there's a lot to know, and I'm always learning, and that's what's cool, is that I learn something like almost every day down here, even though I've been doing it for a long time, so I really enjoy that. That's fun.
In fact, wait here. This guitar defines Terry Terrell. This is one of Terry's pieces of art.
No.
Well, guitar art.
Me and Eric's
yeah. No, this is cool. Are you kidding me? Look at this thing.
Yeah. It's so that we can test different pickups. It's really just a utilitarian kind of, you know, with some cool graphics on it.
With a cool hot rod on it.
That way we can test pickups without having to mount it in a guitar.
What's your name? David. Trevor. You look really familiar. I've seen you down here before.
Yeah.
Who's that?
You should go by DT. That long.
Oh yeah, it's the same. It's on comfort. You want speed or you want comfort?
Let's try with. Which one is which? Speeds the one with the header, right?
Yeah, I think so. Let's check it out. Confused.
Since about 1988.
It's nice to be the wheel. Let's see, it's 1:45 and my day is done. But I shall return tomorrow morning. See you, Jordan. And we've known these people coming in and out, but finally they just kind of, their paths cross. And just tons of amazing stories, you know.
Kind of the meeting place where people cross paths and you know, all these musicians all over the place kind of come to this sanctuary that it's been created. And it's Terry Terrell, world-renowned artist, and Bill Frisell, amazing, legendary jazz player. I think they kind of became friends here, and now it's like this incredible duo that pops. I mean, it's just
when I first found this space and came down and peered through the window and went, "This is perfect." And I had no money. I bought a book called Starting a Business on a Shoestring. I went to Acme Loans, got a $2,500 loan to pay first and last deposit on the place. And so I looked and okay, this is the place. And I got the keys. I remember getting the keys and come down that morning to open up the door and just kind of come in the building and bring some stuff in. There was a guy passed out in front of the doorway and he pissed his pants and he passed out there. And there was like urine running down the street.
Well, didn't that guy become your first employee?
So we have the Compass Center right next door. So in those days, on the first of the month, there'd be a line of 60 people right up the side of the street waiting for their government checks, and they'd all be sitting right in front of my store. Well, then after the earthquake a few years later, they moved the Compass Center around the corner, so that kind of went away. But those guys they'd be hanging out in my store, man, and I ended up, not looking at them like homeless people, but they're real people, so I made friends with a bunch of them, and those guys ended up looking out for me, man, down here, and telling all the other vultures down here to leave this cat alone, he's okay, and those are very interesting people to me, and a lot of those guys, they get their check, they come in and buy a Johnson guitar, a $100 guitar, and they need one every month because they lose it or break it, or and get drunk and leave it at a bus stop, so a lot of that street culture, those street musicians are just some of the coolest, funnest guys. Yeah. Once you get over the smell, how to interact with these guys, they're totally entertaining. And to them, $100, those guys give you $100 for a guitar, but that's like half their monthly earnings. So we value those guys, man, and. There's a big part of the show and the vibe and the whole deal down here, and
that's the thing. I mean, a lot of these touring musicians and artists, I think, are drawn to this place just because it's not the standard Guitar Center. There's character, there's vibe. It's a place where you can kind of just get lost looking at walls and stuff, and I think that draws a lot of the cool the guys we want to see down here.
Yeah. I mean, I remember one day John Mayer comes in and Trevor has him plugged in over here to an old basement and a Les Paul. And the guy's just sitting there like he's in his living room, just wailing on a guitar. Then I hear the front door open, and here comes a couple of the old hobo guys that they pool all their money. They're going to buy a harmonica and a freaking Johnson guitar, and one of them has crap in his pants.
So you're balancing John Mayer,
and then in the other acoustic room, you have two people from a worship team from Mars Hill trying to buy a guitar they can play in church, and it's just like this whole wonderful mix, and it's quite a
pretty
deal.
amazing when all those people are in the same room together, you know, and they wouldn't be for any other reason except for...
And it works.
Yeah.
Somehow, you know, it works. And, you know, I attribute a lot of that to, like, the staff of guys I got who were handpicked, you know.
I loved when them Crooked Vultures drive up right before closing time. A big black SUV pulls out in the middle, or in front of our door, and John Paul Jones, Dave Grohl,
and Josh had been hanging around here
yeah.
for a while from Queens of the Stone Age, but we've been buds for a lot of years. And
all of a sudden, all these guys are in here, like, I mean, living legends.
Yeah.
You know, look exactly like they do in all the Guitar Player mag. I mean, it was pretty surreal. So JJ, Jordan James, how long you been here?
Oh man, it's been about 9 months.
9 months.
Yeah.
And you came in here previously once before, right?
Yeah, I actually moved to Seattle last summer and had been in once and seen the shop, and I was just completely blown away. The craziest thing about working here is the people that you meet.
Yeah.
Really, it's insane. And people off the street to, you know, Jimmy Vaughn, and all these crazy cats. When I first got the job, I had some unexpected finance stuff, so I had to get rid of the 66 Fiberlux.
But still,
Which still haunts me, but had to get rid of that thing and wanted to bring it to the right place. So walked in here one day and met Jay and the guys, and basically just went in the acoustic room and sat down on the couch and said, "Hey, I need somewhere to trade in an amp. Can you guys take care of me?" And of course, now I know that this was the shop, but then it was just apparent that this place was the right place. So
I was like,
he ended up asking me actually right on the spot if I was looking for work, and I actually was. So
we give him crap because we say you're
Yeah.
the pedal expert, but it's
Yeah.
because his mind can, you know, is just can wrap his head around that stuff better than us.
I'm just a tone and gear man. You know, I think we all here are in our own way. That's what's cool at the shop. Like after a couple months of working here, I was just like, this is the place I want to be, because I mean, Trev, like I've never met someone at his age that knows more. He knows more about gear and guitar than guys like twice his age. And you know, just being down here in the shop and his dad, it's gone way beyond for me being an employee.
Yeah,
so we're all like
it's beyond
brothers,
the music.
you know?
It's beyond all these guitars
Yeah.
down here. That's the crazy thing, and I think that's what shocked people.
And the gear that's available here.
Oh, I mean,
I've been in all up and down the West Coast, and there's great guitar shops, but the gear coupled with the knowledge is like it's becoming a rarity nowadays. It's just getting harder and harder to find just the real deal stuff.
Yeah.
And backed with guys that are going to actually care who you are and about your music, and they're also not just worried about like the sales pitch for the day.
yeah.
It's great to be part of a team that really is pushing the way for tomorrow's to just keep tone and just music alive, you know, in the right way.
Well, she's walking through the crowd with a circus mind.